All right. Nice. Nice. Greetings. Welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Um, we're all live here. Yeah, I'm not taking any calls. People in the call-in, I'm not taking any calls right now. Somebody going crazy on the like button. I think you're great for liking me so much, but I don't believe any of your calls are real right now. I don't know. Leave me a chat if you want to tell me what you want to call about, but I'm not taking any calls until later. Crazy call-in person. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. All right. Okay, great. Sorry, somebody is going absolutely nuts on call-in. I don't know what's going on. But I might be, sometimes you got to like block people out. Yeah, you're not somebody that I recognize, and you're not, dude. Can you go away? Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna. Should I ban you? You want to stop liking the video? Stop it, or stop liking the podcast. Thanks. Okay. I don't care if you want to hang out. That's fine. But anyways, we're here. We're live, and we're live on Callin, Rockfin, and on YouTube. Good to see you. There's lots of things to cover today. Hi, Rockfin people. Hi. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Let's see. Is it Carter who's all right? Carter, I'm sorry. You're blocked. Bye bye. Maybe you're blocked too. I just don't like you people. Sorry. Who the heck is liking my video liking my podcast so crazy? These people aren't real. Anyways, whatever. I'll just ignore that, I guess. But greetings. Thanks for hanging out with me today on the internet. Lovely. Let's see. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe we'll just get into it. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. The thumbs are pointing down. Okay. What is wrong with these people? How do I get rid of them? Hold on one second. Is there a way to get rid of these people? Because I certainly want to get rid of them. Yeah, I love when people are paid to run around the internet and like mess with people. I love that. I think it's cool. It's a pretty cool job. Maybe I can get a job doing that. Hope you feel good about yourself. All right. Let's see. Let's get into it. So the Biden administration just offered an Italy-sized area of the Gulf of Mexico to big oil. Did y'all know about that? Yeah. Uh, so yeah, this happened. Fossil fuel drillers snapped up 313 tracks, spanning 1.6 million acres. Under Team Biden, more fossil fuel drilling will continue. So there you go. He's your man. He's your guy. He's it's better than somebody. Biden is getting cooked everywhere he goes. People, did you see the video of Jill Biden in the classroom? Anybody see that? That was funny, actually. I laughed. This is from Jack Lowe. This is crazy. I was just talking yesterday. Oh, these people finally left. Thank God. You know that there are people that get paid to just run around and mess with people on the internet. You know that. It's the opposite of the Russian bots, right? Or it's the actual real bots, but they're not Russian. They're actually from Department of Homeland Security or somewhere. They're some enforcement agency pays these people to run around and like screw with people. Or the Democratic National Party actually pays people to tweet things that they want them to tweet. I'm sure the Republican Party does the same thing too. I'm positive of it, right? But people get, so don't worry so much about the Russian bots. You should worry about the people that are paid to mess with people telling the truth. You should worry about people being paid to, propagandize you. You should be, right? These are the people that you need to worry about. People that, live inside your own country and are supposedly care about you. Anyways. But this sucks because I was just talking yesterday about Burning Man. I was talking about Burning Man. I was talking about stay your butt at home. I was talking about don't go out and destroy nature. And, just because you're a hippie and you want to take some mushrooms and you think that's cool. I know. All my musical DJ friends are probably like, what are you talking about? It was a good gig. Sure. I'm sure it was. But this is from the Leeds Festival. Good lard. Good lard. This is just a fraction of it. Littering on the grandest scale we've ever witnessed. These are tents and equipment and just straight up trash left on the ground at the end of the Leeds Festival. Holy shnikes. Somebody was like, it's not their fault because they said they were going to donate the tents to refugees or something. No, it is their fault. It's actually absolutely their fault. If you're doing something like this and you leave, it is your fault. Your fault. Take responsibility. It is your fault. If I do something like this, it is my fault. Absolutely my fault. Even if somebody's like, well, just leave it there and we'll donate your garbage to refugees. You're going to donate your garbage to refugees? So I'm not really into like big gatherings of humans because it's just generally big gatherings of stupid. Uh-oh. Have I offended somebody? You know what really sucks? Let me tell you. When I went camping, and this is why I'm very conflicted. I have a big problem. I have a conflicted feelings about people in nature. When I went camping on this campground, it was one of the most beautiful campgrounds I've ever been to. It was just Like, oh my God, the mountains of Sedona. There's a creek running through the valley, and literally 20 seconds from our campsite, there's a pond, like a deep pond that you can go swimming in. And we're going over there. We go over there and we're hanging out, and there is freaking garbage all like on the ground. There's like water bottle, there's plastic. It's all plastic, water bottles. There's just food wrappers and cigarette butts. And I don't know, I don't know. What do you do about that? What do you do about that? Somebody need to regulate that? Well, if you think that the government shouldn't regulate that, shouldn't you regulate that? Should you be regulating other people and what they're doing? If you're hanging out somewhere and you see people littering, should you bust out your rifle, point it at them, and say, "Pick that up"? Or I'm busting a cap in your butt. Should you do that? Are people allowed to do that? Are people allowed to kick people out physically of a space that they're destroying? I just have questions. What do you do about that? And so, I don't know. There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, we can't have the government regulating people and stuff." I mean, if it were a government that weren't wholly owned by corporations, by oligarchs, it might do a little better by people. Yeah, it makes me, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm confused about it. I feel like I've said it many times. Like, I feel like there's some places that humans just shouldn't be allowed to go. Unless you're really going to enforce things like that. Unless you're really going to have like, seriously, like giving people $1,000 tickets or literally kicking people out of, a park forever. You litter here, you're never coming back. Like, ever coming back. I don't know. It's just the dumb people ruin it for the people that care all the time. The dumb people just ruin it. The selfish, greedy, lazy, stupid people ruin it every time. So I did spend a lot of time picking up garbage from around this area. Or I don't know, maybe we should do it different. Maybe we, instead of allowing everybody in and then kicking them out when they do something bad, maybe we should, if you're going to camp somewhere, you have to pass like like some kind of test, some kind of you know what I mean? Like, you have to go through some kind of training, environmental sensitivity training. And you might laugh at that. But think about it. Think about how many people that would keep out of a place if you had to do like a week or 2 week long environmental sensitivity training. First of all, there'd be way fewer people there. And you would think that the people that actually did the whole thing, same with like, I'll even go throw this out here. The training to have a baby, maybe you should like pass some tests to have a baby. Maybe you should go through some kind of, parenting courses, parenting aptitude courses to have a baby. I don't know. Maybe the test, the rules or the maybe the hurdles to like driving a car should be way higher, like way higher. Maybe the test should be, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages long. Maybe they shouldn't hand out driver's licenses to everybody. I don't know. Maybe people should do environmental sensitivity training to drive a car or a truck. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the way. I'm not sure, but I think that there should be some regulation of something. It's funny though because I heard somebody on a thing the other day, on a show the other day, who is, super libertarian, super like F the government kind of show. God dang it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh, that's a phone thing. Sorry, that's my phone. Jeez. I don't know how to get rid of it. Hold on 1 second, guys. That's annoying. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Hey, when that happens. But I don't know, that's what I remember what I was thinking about. There was somebody on a show the other day, super libertarian, right? Super truther, a show that I like, show that I watch. Why was I listening to it? Because I like it. It's a good show. But they got to a part where they were talking about Maui. And they said, maybe the government should keep all the corporations and BlackRock and all these places out of here. Maybe the government should keep everybody out for like 5 years and just let the people rebuild their homes. So it's like, you're saying the government should help some people? What? Say what? I was like, I was a little bit. I heard somebody today, super libertarian, talking about, maybe the government should, help some people out here. What? Are you confused? Are you confused about your own beliefs? Think the government should come in and help people out, protect them, protect them from the corporations? Yes, they should. Right? There was a time when the government did just that. Or at least people thought that it was a responsibility of government to do just that, to protect people from corporations, or protect the environment from people, or to protect the environment from corporations, or protect the greedy from taking advantage of the poor or the sick or right? There was a time when people thought that the government should do things like that for people. And now people have been wholly convinced that the government can't do that for people, or shouldn't do that for people. And look where we are now. Anyways. But this is not anything new. This has been going on for a while. This is a picture post Woodstock. This will make you sick. Oh man, it was the best. This is what Woodstock looked like afterwards. Yay! Should people have the freedom to do stuff like this? Because I don't know, freedom is a double-edged sword. It's like the freedom to destroy things for profit, the freedom to buy whatever you want and throw it into a landfill. Should people have that right? The freedom to go to a beautiful natural area, and go and just drop plastic bottles on the ground? Should people have the freedom to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that I personally don't think that they should have the freedom to do that. But that's a very unpopular thing to think, you know. I don't know. I mean, we live kind of in an overshot, insane system where we don't really value the things that we should be valuing, right? We're not valuing the planet that gives us life, even though we think we want to. We think we do. We think that we're caring, loving stewards of the planet. We think that we, you know, are just, we're doing the right thing. You know, we're buying the right stuff, right? Well, when I go shopping, I try to just buy the good stuff. Okay. That's, you're super conscious. Super conscious. I don't know. Am I making people feel bad? Probably. How bad do you have to feel to make a change? How bad do you have to feel to do something different? How bad do you have to feel, to really want something different? And I know, we're stuck in this system. We're doing our best. So am I. But something's got to give. This is hail in Germany. This is what industrial civilization is going to, run up against, I guess, is Mother Nature saying, I don't care about your fun little toys. I don't care about your cool ideas. I don't care about your, your civilization. I don't care. Mother Nature is not going to care. Anyways. Here's, more footage of people trying to push people off a road that is being blocked by protesters. This is how most people feel about people warning about the death that is coming. Most don't care. Entitlement runs deep to the core of Western culture, and the economy has become their god. So people on a road, blocking the road, people getting mad. How dare you? Let me tell you, the idea that climate change is a hoax, or that people are in a climate cult, or people that want to save the world are anti-human or something. I'm telling you, that whole message is by design. That whole message, on some levels, is by design, because it's pitting people who insist that there's nothing that humans are doing to the planet. There's nothing. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not. us just going about living and doing our daily things is, our God-given right. And, how dare you try to tell us that we're bad for doing that? It's pitting people against, the message that maybe we should be doing something different. It's making people defend the status quo, business as usual, with a fervor and a might never seen before. That's what this message does. And almost every day I feel like it's intentional on some levels. I know if you feel like you've been lied to by the people in charge, it's easy to dismiss everything as a hoax. It's easy to think that they're lying to you about everything. I understand all that. But let me tell you that this message, that people that care about the climate are in a cult, or they're bad people, they're crazy, and I hear it like every day. This is intentional. This pits people who want the status quo to keep going against people who care about the planet. And it's a very popular message, right? Because everybody loves their stuff, and everybody loves doing the things that they do every day, and everybody loves, getting on a plane and destroying the planet for fun. I know. Am I making you feel bad? Making anybody feel bad out there? It allows people to just, to defend their right to get in their car and go to work every day. I gotta go to work. I gotta go, do my things. And we all do it. We all have to do those things. I get it. But and on a lot of levels, it disallows a discussion about this. It doesn't allow for, people to explain their position very well, right? It doesn't allow for people to come to some kind of meeting in the middle, right, of ideas. Well, if we are destroying the planet, what should we do about it? What are the best ways we should go about, ending the destruction? But there's, I don't know. Humans don't do well with nuance either, I guess. Nuance is not high on our list of attributes. Anyways. Oh, did you guys want to listen to this or watch this? I don't know. This might make me or you really angry. Mr. Reasonable. Well, you guys can't find a better way to protest? We're trying to go to work. And then this lady's screaming, I gotta go fucking work, man. Fucking work. What the fuck? It's kind of comical in a way. But also, it also makes me think, it also makes me think of all the scenes of cars floating down the street in a flood. All the cars having their windows knocked out from hailstorms. All the cars eventually not being drivable due to it's just too hot to start the car, or the battery exploded, or whatever. Right. There's no dialogue going on there, which is um, that's unfortunate. There's no dialogue. So I don't know that I don't. I think it's perfectly fine to protest in any way that you see fit and necessary. Um, I feel like the protesters could do a better job. Um, like talking to people about what's going on, or finding a way to bridge the gap, and instead of just sitting there and like daring people to like knock them over or push them or whatever. But it's hard to, both sides are entrenched, right? People on the climate side are like, it's just there's, it's a settled science, and shut up and get out of here. You guys are all lunatics and crazy. And the people on the other side are they're in a climate cult, and they're crazy. They just, both sides think either side is crazy, which I don't know if that's a good place to be, where both sides feel like either side is crazy. And that's why I have such an issue with the truth alternative media channels, continuing to spew stuff like climate change cult, things like that, phrases like that. Because the people that you're slandering, or the people that you're just throwing out ad hominem attacks on, um, I'm sure that they probably have some very reasonable things to say about why it is they believe what they believe. And so I don't know. It's really frustrating, because there is a lot of intentional misunderstanding going on both sides of the debate. And it's just very frustrating. It's very frustrating. All right. We're about halfway into the show right now. I'm going to let you know, if you appreciate the show, if you are a supporter of the show, if you like the show being here every day. Really good ways to support the show are paypal.me/Kevin Sandbloom, Venmo at Kevin Sandbloom, Cash App at Red Llama Music, buymeacoffee.com/Black Mirror News, or you can super chat me, or you can super ray me, which is a Rockfin tip. And I'll check in at the end of the show, see if I've got any messages from anybody. All right. Give me one moment. Yeah. I'll check back in with y'all. And lots of lightning strikes going on. I see lots of floods, lightning strikes, hailstorms, among other things. It's a lightning strike, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Seeing a lot of these videos. Let us look into real quick what's going on with Idalia. Man, it's a warm one today, guys. Looking at like Idalia might actually become a category 4. Is that true? They're saying it's possible category 3. And then there is another. Okay, here we go. Hurricane Franklin is a category 4 out in the Atlantic. Not threatening to land, but it will create some weather. You have 2 simultaneous hurricanes developing on either side of Florida. That's interesting. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. Check out the satellite loop that shows both tropical systems right now. Idalia churning in the Caribbean Sea, and then also Hurricane Franklin in the Atlantic, which currently is a category 4. Currently a category 4. Let's see. Things are moving slow because it is very warm here. It's warm in my space. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of these posts here. Idalia is also ramping up. I wouldn't rule out a category 4 before landfall tomorrow morning in the Florida Big Bend. So if you're in the area, take care. Take great care. Why? Let's see. Here we go. Somebody saying, let's see, this is Patrick Humphrey. Emergency evacuations underway in Florida as category 4 Hurricane Idalia approaches. Florida officials also just put out a warning that gas contaminated at Citgo gas stations in Tampa from the port of Tampa could shut down your engine or ruin your generator as millions are trying to evacuate. Hurricane is on track to hit Tampa directly. Okay. Okay. Give me one sec, guys. We'll check in with CNN. Hurricane Idalia could be a once-in-a-lifetime event for Tampa. Whew. Moving real slow, guys. I'm going to have to wrap this up soon because it's going to get to the point where my computer is just not, is going to go slow to a crawl is what I'm trying to say. Clearly my brain is slowing to a crawl. Could be a once-in-a-lifetime event for Tampa and parts of Florida Gulf Coast. Intensifying as it heads towards Florida, where it's expected to make landfall Wednesday morning. Bringing once-in-a-lifetime strength and storm surge levels to parts of the state's Gulf Coast. It's also a full moon, a supermoon. Florida officials have already told some people to flee, close schools, and shuttered a major airport in preparation for the storm's impact. The hurricane is due to hit as a Category 3, bringing powerful winds and a potential storm surge of 10 to 15 feet. That would stack a wall of seawater halfway up the second floor of an average building. The Tampa Bay area could see a storm surge of 4 to 7 feet. Anything greater than 4 feet of storm surge inundation in the Tampa Bay area would set a new record there. 6 feet of surge inundation would set a record in Cedar Key on the southern side of the Big Bend. While other storms like Hurricane Ian have produced higher storm surge, these levels would be unprecedented for this part of the Florida Gulf Coast. All right. Again, take great care if you're in that area. In Europe, they're going from one weather extreme to another. We've been following this, covering this. From record-breaking heat to early snow in Switzerland. In a matter of 4 days, the municipality of Zermatt, Switzerland, at an elevation of 1,638 meters, or 5,374 feet, experienced its hottest August day on record with 31.2 C, and an unusual preseason heavy snow event. Jesus. Yeah, it's for August 28th is pretty early for like a pretty big snowfall there, right? I'd say anywhere, right? Anywhere in the northern hemisphere, I'd say that end of August might be a little earlier for a snow event. Rockfin, is you still good? All right, just checking in on you. Still got some more to cover. Let's keep it going. This is in Austria. Have y'all seen this one? This is a waterfall in Austria that has an amazing amount of water flow. I would not be one of these people standing on this bridge in front of this waterfall because it looks a little scary. Huge volumes of water flowing down due to heavy rainfall over the last 24 hours. That is a massive amount of water. Sorry, you guys can't see that. Now you can. It's a massive amount of water. I would not feel so safe if I were one of those people. But somebody was saying that bridge is built over rock or on a rock bed as part of the mountain. And that it's elevated quite a bit over this river. But I mean, the way that water is getting so close to that bridge, I would not be one of those people. I would be a little bit farther going, wow, that's a lot of water. Right? Anyways. That's a lot of water. I was gonna call this show "We Might Be Giants." God dang it. We might be giants. So, and the reason why is because we've killed off most of the mega fauna of this planet. This is the size that fish used to be. Tuna. And we have just plundered and kill, and humans in general, not necessarily even modern humans, but there used to be much larger animals roaming the earth, and plenty of them, and we've killed back or killed off most of the larger animals. And then, as time moves forward, more of them go away, right? Just since the 1970s, in the last 50 years, the numbers of large animals has gone down by something like 70% or 80%. I don't know how you can look at those numbers or witness those numbers and say like that everything is fine. To be concerned about this is somehow anti-human. I don't understand. I don't get that position. I don't get it. And again, if you impact the environment to such a degree that it starts to falter in its ability to keep you alive, then what position is anti-human really? I would say the position that everything is fine and that we cannot talk about this and this is absolutely a hoax and oh my God, what are you saying? That's crazy. I would say that is the anti-human position. At very least, anti-intellectual position. And it's unfortunate. We don't have to live that way. We don't have to be that way, but we insist on being that way because we, it would be great if we could live in a world freely without, government regulations or having some kind of controls on what humans do. It would be awesome if we can live in that world, but we have proven, I don't know how to speak. We've shown time and time again that we don't know how to control ourselves. Over and over and over and over. This is the, like history. Just a quick glimpse at history that we really have a hard time controlling ourselves. So, if we were better at controlling ourselves, we wouldn't need to have discussions about things like overpopulation or overproduction or overconsumption or overmining or over, all of the things. But this is before they were hunted to near extinction. Tuna were more like sharks than fish. And before we had, some kind of regulation on like the hunting of whales and dolphins and other species that we have, only recently, until recently, thought we had the bright idea that, maybe these things are important. Maybe we shouldn't kill them all. Recently, we decided maybe this is a bad idea to kill them all of those things. Maybe we should, save some of them. Maybe we should slow down on all the killing. And yes, eventually, this will be the fate of people too, right? It already is. It already is. When you have people, Elon Musk and everybody, oh my God, population decline, fertility rates going down, population decline in so many countries. Well, you might be worried about it, but what's the cause of it? Do you even think that far through into you're just like, oh, humans are going down. We need more humans. You didn't even think beyond that basic thought of well, why are they going down? Why do we have this thing happening? Some might say that's just balance. That's just nature balancing itself out. Oh my God, perish the thought. Well, people are worried about, humans controlling themselves or controlling each other or controlling something. There might be something bigger than us. There might be something bigger than us that we don't have any kind of control over. Anyways. Yeah, guys. Another day in paradise. All right. Getting to I've got more to cover, but getting towards the end of my time to do the show. Oh, here's this kind of aligns with the thing I was just saying. If you're worried about declining birth rates or fertility rates or the declining population of, your favorite species, meaning you, This might be why this is happening. 2 University of Rhode Island researchers estimate that the top 5 centimeters or 2 inches of the floor of Narragansett Bay now contain more than 1,000 tons of microplastics, and that buildup has occurred in just the last 10 to 20 years. Good God. With a quickness, 10 to 20 years to just coat the 2 inches of the bottom of this bay with microplastics. Yeah, awesome job. Go humans. If you're wondering why there's a fertility decline, if you wonder why there's, decline in birth rates in your industrialized countries, do you ask the question why? Or do you just go, oh my God, what are we going to do? Let's make more humans. Or do you ask the question why? Why is this happening? Oh, I see. Are we poisoning ourselves? Well, good golly, Miss Molly. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Oh, well, how do we stop? You see what I'm saying? One question leads to another. It's not very hard to have a logical thought process or a thought line, right? Just follow the road. Maybe we shouldn't poison. Well, how do we stop poisoning ourselves? How do we stop poisoning ourselves? How do we stop poisoning ourselves? Well, maybe we should stop making all this stuff. Or, using all the chemicals that we use to make this stuff, or using all the fossil fuels that we use to make this stuff. Maybe we should stop insisting on having all this stuff. Oh, what are you talking about? Wait, hold on. You're trying to say it's my fault. Yes, well, it is your fault. It's all of our fault. We're all here together. We're all doing it. Can we collectively come up with an answer? I don't know. So there are some questions that follow a line of logic. It's called logic and thinking, even though other people on other shows call themselves like silly ass names like logic professor and shit. Like, they can't think logically through these problems. It's not very hard. It doesn't take a lot of effort to use your brain in a way that, like, you can see like easy, silly, logical stuff like, whoa, that makes too much sense. Let me just not even think about it in that way. It must be somebody else's fault. Maybe I don't have to take responsibility for this. Maybe it could be somebody else's fault. Whatever I'm doing is great. It's just not that hard to think logically. But people cannot do it. They cannot do it. They refuse to do it because it might mean that they have to do something different. What are we going to do about all these microplastics in the bay? Not just Narragansett Bay, but like every bay, Long Beach Harbor, everywhere you might live. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to clean it up? How are we going to stop doing it? How are we going to stop making it worse? I don't know. Should we just stop consuming all this junk and garbage? Well, how do we do that? I don't know. You think maybe somebody might want to regulate how much garbage and stuff we consume? Well, that would impinge my freedoms. Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to fix the problem, or do you want to avoid the problem by making it something else? Again. It's so insanely easy to like think through these problems that it seems pretty intentional to not think through these problems. It seems pretty intentional to, make it about something completely different. Anyways. Before worrying about whether somebody's going to control you or wants to control you, maybe you should worry about controlling yourself. Yeah? Maybe you should control yourself. And by controlling yourself, I don't mean controlling other people. Just control yourself. Control yourself. Can you control yourself? If people worried about controlling themselves, they might not be so worried about controlling, other people trying to control them or them controlling other people. I don't know. They're doing it to you, guys. No, you're doing it to you. We're doing it to us. Newsflash, breaking. We are doing it to us. But it's cool. It's cool. We got it. We got this, guys. We got this. We're humans. Anyways. All right. Checking in on some end of show. The end of show love. I got any messages here on any of these platforms? Let's see. Osama, thank you. Osama got me some coffees on buymeacoffee.com. He said, "You are so appreciated." Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that supports this show. And I appreciate you guys showing up every day. I didn't check all the platforms. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sometimes it takes a little time. It takes a little time. Yeah. I think that was it so far, Osama. Appreciate you. But if you want to support this show, you can send me a Super Ray, which is a Rockfin tip, or a Super Chat, which is a YouTube tip, or you can do me on any of these other platforms, paypal.me/Kevin Sandbloom, Venmo at Kevin Sandbloom, Cash App at Red Llama Music, and buymeacoffee.com/Black Bear News. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow at the regular time. And until next time, peace.